What's going on, guys? This is Uchain Joku, Sneaker Principal, and welcome to this next episode of the of the Sneaker Principal podcast. I'm exhausted. It's been another long day, and it's becoming the running theme of my life right now as a school leader, as a content creator, and as a father. So my kids were with me since yesterday afternoon, late afternoon, and all through today. And I love every moment that I spend with them. They are amazing. Like, just to, to have a she's 6 and 3 months now, 4 months, October, November, December, January. So she's 6 and 3 months, and my son is about to be 5 years old on March 3rd. So they're at this point in the time in their lives now where everything is a conversation. In-depth conversations that usually start with why or did you know? And I love every moment of it, but it's exhausting. It really is. It's mentally and physically exhausting. I give all credit to your mother because she spends way more time in this point in your lives with them than I do. But I love every moment of it. So in this episode of this podcast, I want to talk to you about a conversation that I just had about leadership and what does leadership look like. For many years, I had a poster in my office that said, leadership is not position or title. Leadership is action. And it's interesting because what does that mean? Because as a leader, you can be engaged in actions all day long. You're answering phone calls, you're going to meetings, you're meeting with subordinates, you're engaged in action. There's no way possible for you to be in a leadership position and not have some kind of action. However, I believe that most people who go into leadership do it for the title. I think what happens is that you become so obsessed with the positional authority that the title gives you that you forget about the positional responsibility that is tied into the title. And those two things tend to be separated rather than made into one. So you can have years in your positional, in your title, and live off of positional authority. Because I'm this position or because I'm this title, I get to do these things. And because of that, I really believe school communities, organizations, whatever you're at, wherever you work at, suffer because of this. Because you tend to have people who might not be the most competent people for the position, but they're good at living up to the position. And they can talk a good game, and no one ever really questions the results of what they're doing, but they know how to maneuver in those spaces. But however, there are those people who it's never about the title. It's about the work. It's about what they've committed themselves to. And even when it's not in their best interest, according to other people, to continue in that work, they will fight, claw, kick, scream to get the job done. It's not about the title. It's about, this is what I committed to, and this is what I'm going to get done. I don't care if the outcomes of my decision only hurts me, as long as it moves my children, their families, and the community forward. And as I was talking to this friend of mine about this thing, I remember this person that I have met a couple of years back at a conference. And again, this story is definitely not being told by me right now the best memory of what I remember from about this person. So I will do my best in the description to give you more details and links so you can go look up this person yourself. But I did a quick Google search because I was like, This person is definitely not hard to find, but their story is so insanely amazing and just heartbreaking, but also super inspirational. So this person is Marlene Valentine, principal out of New Orleans, and I want to be specific. It's St. Charles Parish in Louisiana. I think it's in the New Orleans area. She was a principal. I think she had kidney stones. They were severe, and I may be wrong about that, but I don't know why I remember that from the story that she told. Went to the hospital, and what should have been routine or went into something insane, and she went to kidney failure, and she went to sepsis. After everything was said and done, things got so bad that she lost her arms and legs. She ended up being a quadruple amputee. I don't know about you. I'm a principal of a school. I go into medical crisis. I lose my arms and my legs. I'm done, right? I'm done. At least in the school building as a principal, walking the hallways and hugging my students and high fives. And I'm saying this. I'm not saying this to make fun of anything. I'm just trying to imagine how I moved through my building to get ill, and this illness, this thing that's happening in my body, results in me waking up and I have no arms or legs. I'm done, right? But Principal Valentine was not done. About a year after she went through her ordeal, she was back in her campus. Prosthesis, arms and legs. At the conference that I saw her at, she was on stage, and it wasn't until she got into her story that I realized, wait a minute. I mean, I noticed a little limp. I noticed something weird about her arms, but it didn't really click. And she's standing there telling her story, and I'm thinking to myself, leadership. She had a mission to accomplish and was not done yet. And even though most people would have been like, this mission is no longer yours, it belongs to somebody else, because at this point in time, you have no arms, you have no legs, what are we talking about? She said, absolutely not. And she went back to her school. She learned how to type and communicate with technology without arms or legs. Then got the prosthesis and walked through her hallways. I'm sure she was able to do her high fives or these fist bumps. So now when we talk about leadership, did she do it for positional authority? Did she get back to that campus because she wanted to make sure people remembered that she was still the principal? Or was there something for her to do that she felt like wasn't done yet? And she went back to her school. I remember her talking about the data at her school and the things they were able to accomplish and the growth they saw under her leadership. What is leadership for you? Is it a title? Is it a position? Is it being able to get those business cards that say assistant principal or principal or dean or superintendent? Or do you see yourself as someone who has been blessed and favored to be put into a position to support, help, grow as many people as possible? Understanding that that position, that role is temporary. So you have to do the best that you can in that small amount of time to make the most impact. Principal Valentine did exactly that in a time frame through an ordeal that most people would have given up on. Most people would have given up on life. She said, no, I'm going back to my school because I'm not done yet. Please share with me or with this community in the comments, what is leadership for you? What does that look like for you? Or what does it look like for you looking at your leaders? Are they about the title, the positional authority, or are they about the work, what needs to be done in service of the community? This is Uche Njoku, Sneaker Principal. Thank you again for time spent with me. Be well. Until next time.